How's it going, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Top Replays and a Highlights series. Got some cool replays for you guys to see this week. I've made some more changes regarding the Block Dragon BA build. Got some other user-submitted replays for you guys as well. And there may be some funny or interesting Twitch clips for you guys to check out in the description below. So don't forget to check there before you head out. And if you want to have a replay featured in this series, all you need to be is in the Discord and also a subscriber on Twitch. So link to that down below. And if you want to see this stuff happen live, since most of these replays were from my stream, my Twitch link down below. Would love to see you there at a live stream. Come say hi in the chat. All right, well, let's go ahead and get right into this. Alright, so we're going to start here with the first replay, and hold on a second. Almost forgot the glasses. Hold on. Now we can actually get started. So, as you can see here, I am playing against some Mech Knights, getting things started with the tour guide. And if you look at my opponent's hand here, my opponent being none other than Larry himself, of course, but as you can see, you know, he does have Ash and Nibiru in his hand in his Mech Knight deck, so pretty interesting to see that. But nonetheless, getting underway to our combo here and resolving Block Dragon, Dante, and Saryuja, putting back some potential bricks, summoning out Glow Ball, but now attempting to go for the Nat Beast. This is where he's going to drop Nibiru, where he thinks it is probably going to be best to do so. I just summon a Block Dragon and end there. I possibly could have gone a little further, but I decided it would be best not to do so. So he's going to normal the Ibli, make Lingaribo himself, taking a bit of a page out of my book, perhaps, I don't know. But also going to do some Mech Knight shenanigans and pass there. But basically what he's done now is given me a free Lingaribo of my own. So I'm going to go into Girsu, threaten with the Send effect, and he's going to try to use secrets to negate Ding, but I have a Lingaribo to negate and banish, and also get a Sea Archiver in the process. Normal summon the Rhino Warrior to detach and bring back Fossil Dyna to send Farfa to banish that Morningstar and, you know, ultimately swing for a game. So a pretty funny replay there. He did have the Nibiru. He was actually never able to use the Ash because of all the chain link blocking, and able to make a massive comeback otherwise, thanks of his own Ibli. But I don't think Ibli is that great of a main decked monster in pure Mech Knight. I think Aperia is still much better. So yeah, that's going to do for that replay. We'll go ahead and take a look at the next one. So this replay is titled Revenge, and sweet revenge it is. If you guys remember that replay I showed back a few weeks ago, playing against Mr. GMJJ, and as you can see, his very obscure 60 card Necroz deck with plenty of tech choices in it. I'll just let you guys take a look at all of those tech choices. But anyways, as you can see, if you watched that replay before, he gets very lucky with opening the one of Unicorn, and as you can see, he's done it again here. No exception in this video. This man Unicorn is glued to his hand. I want revenge, so of course taking the box of rocks in against him. That's exactly what I was hoping to do. So game one, I had fully comboed him, and it was a complete game over. So game two, I had sided in the Kamungus just for this moment. Just for the fact that he might have that Unicorn, and I do have the Kamungus to clear it out of the way. Essentially now going for the combo, or at least an abridged version of it, that will get me closer to completing game. Milling Dark Lord no more, as you can see that, as I was preparing for the worst. Going into Saryuja now to bring back the Dante, and also resolving the Block Dragon, and then Seer Dante shenanigans as well. Gonna draw into an absurd amount of cards here momentarily. Finding Dark Lord, but putting it back. Still haven't used my normal summon yet, so I'm gonna use it to get deeper into the deck to grab that Sangan and also grab another extender. Worried about Nibiru, so I'm not gonna waste any time and go right into an Appaloosa with 4 negates on it. Now, I'm going to make another Link 4 here, just because I feel like doing so. So 3 Link 4s in one turn, summoning out a Block Dragon and running over this Kamungus at 3 or for 3k, and then you know what else happens there, just swinging for everything else, and it is game plenty. Getting my revenge on Mr. GM. He did have an evenly matched in his hand. It's a good thing. secured the W right then and there. So, yeah, feels good to get the revenge right there. And sweet, sweet revenge. All right, so this next replay here is a bit of a trip. Really showing the fair and balanced aspect of Mystic Mine. This is from a good friend of mine, Mr. Saturn. Saturn's Demise, as you guys might know him in Twitch, or Saturn2119 here on YouTube. Longtime friend of mine. Submitted this replay to me a little whiles ago, and it is a long one. I might actually have to speed it up midway through, but as you can see, it is True Draco versus Lunalight Time Thief. So he's going to go first, the True Draco player that is, and you know, Diagram with Skill Drain and Disciples to Recycle 3, drawing into another card, setting the Skill Drain, and there can be only one. And Evenly Matched coming in so clutch here to start things off, adding the Heritage, and he's actually going to keep the There Can Be Only One, which is probably the best thing he could keep in this situation, but still going to be able to go into IP Masquerena and resolve Tiger Chick Shenanigans to dump the bird to the graveyard, going into Unicorn, spinning that back, no problem, and then using Mothman to allow each player to draw and discard one, finding our True Draco player a Duality, and going into Redo or Redoer, whatever you want to call him, and using his effect there and grabbing Serenade Dance and all of that, and then taking a Judgment off the top of the deck. So this right here, this simple thing, the fact that his Redoer has taken Judgment, will be a very important deciding factor later on, and I'll let you guys see how that's going to play out. So this is going to be a long replay. So he's going to Demise, and the one of Demise also, and he is going to have Mystic Mine also, and then Planet Pathfinder for another Mystic Mine. But either way, Mystic Mine is now on the board, and this is essentially where the fun begins. So the Lunalight player just attempting to do some deck thinning now, as he does have main decked spell and trap removal in the form of Twin Twisters. It's just only a matter of time, you know, how long it will take for him to get to those cards. As you can see, the back row lineup is as follows: double Solemn Judgment, True King's Return, and There Can Be Only One. So again, doing more deck thinning, trying to find all that back row hate. Now resolving Pot of Duality, going for Disciples. So now at this point, it looks like a very easy deck out on behalf of the Lunalight player. But there's one thing that you may be overlooking right now, and it is the fact that he has Disciples in his hand, and he's also got multiple Disciples now. And basically what that means is he can keep recycling 3 cards back into the deck every turn if need be, if he can get those cards into the graveyard. So now it's just getting into that pass of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth type of gameplay that we all love. Now, as you can see, he has 4 cards left in this deck, so he's going to use Apocalypse, have the attack, and make Appaloosa only 800 just to get another True Draco or True King card into the graveyard. Using Apocalypse's effect again, and now playing Disciples, putting back 3 and drawing 1. And end phase, also conveniently enough, discarding another True Draco card to fuel this Disciples for yet another turn, setting a, you know, a Waking the Dragon and passing. Drawing into just more useless cards at this point. Using the effect of Apocalypse again to have this Appaloosa one more time to start loading up the graveyard for Heritage. And now he just has this Apocalypse, and so long as he can keep it, he can keep clearing his spells and traps off the field to make room for Disciples and put 3 back in. And now we're at the point where he has 8 cards to his 4 and still trying to find that Twin Twister. I swear it's in there. I swear to you it is. It's in there. It's coming soon. We're at turn 34 still. So setting more back rows, setting an Evenly Matched, which he could technically resolve if need be. Now resolving Disciples here, having 3 cards left in the deck to his 6. Finding now a Twin Twister, and you bet he's going to slam that one on the table as soon as possibly can. 36 turns later. Are you kidding me? But as you might have expected, there's a Solemn Judgment. So is it game over from there? Not quite. Going to use Evenly Matched. here main phase 2 to clear some more cards as much as he can possibly do. You know, using, I mean, this Appaloosa has 50 attack at this point. Could you, I mean, what is going on right now? Just having it over and over again to make more cards live in the grave. You know, 3 cards left in deck, 3 cards. There's another Twin Twister, and there's another Solemn Judgment. I mean, but now here's the thing. Remember earlier when I pointed out the fact that the Redoer had taken a judgment from this True Draco player, which means there is no more judgments in his main deck for him to top deck to potentially negate another Twin Twister or back row removal card. So now it is just only a matter of time, and there it is, the third Twin Twister. Finally cannot negate that this time, and the floodgates are just opening up. This Appaloosa has 25 attack, and wait, it's gonna have even less now. It has 13 attack, because you can't have 0.5 attack in Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's just gonna round up to 13. Going for Utopia and using more Tiger Chick shenanigans, and Time Thief plays to go in Perpetua. There's Return for a Tribute Summon. Gonna pop the Utopia, but he doesn't care. He has Zephyros. He's gonna gladly play more lifelines, going into Dweller to turn off any effects that he's able to, going into Monster Reborn, and the replay ends right then and there. 1 card in deck, 2 cards left in deck. I cannot believe, when the first time I saw this replay, I could not believe my eyes. So, I mean, what the hell? I mean, it's just absolutely absurd, man. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at another replay. So this replay here is BA versus Mech Knight once again, but this is just showing how funny it can be, especially against Larry. I had to throw this one in. And the main reason I even bothered capturing this replay was specifically to see if he had the card in his hand at the start of his turn that I thought he did, and to see how well my board addressed for said card. Now, if you remember the last top replays and highlights video, I talked about the addition of Lingaribo within the main deck, or the extra deck rather, of Block Dragon BA to be able to make Lingaribo, to be able to negate evenly matched impermanence, you know, for those main deck cards that my opponent might have. So now, as you can see, Lingaribo is already on the field to get things started, and I'm going to go into a Saryuja now, making sure I can leave the Curious on board, because that will help greatly with Link fodder. Finding the Gizmek is even better, because that'll help make Ding, which is a lot easier to make than making Avermax, because Ding essentially does the same thing as Avermax. So speaking of Ding, there he is, and using the Saryuja here to be able to get the Fossil Dyna out, and there it is, the sweet top decked evenly matched. Go ahead, enter battle phase. Lingaribo is mad as hell, and he's ready to negate your evenly matched that you may have decided to main deck. Goes into battle phase, tries to clear it. Ding says otherwise, and we're turning everything to attack. There's plenty of swords pointing forward right now, if you're familiar with YGOpro, and that is game right there. I had to see if he had the card, and lo and behold, he did. Evenly matched, denied completely. Alright, so I don't think I've ever had this on this show before, and that is a mirror match of the Block Dragon BA deck. As you can obviously tell, this is not game 1 because I don't main evenly matched. But as you can see, it is a mirror match. So I had to, of course, get this one saved as a replay because I wanted to see how it would play out and see how superior my Block Dragon BA skills are against the masses, those that try to play the deck themselves. You can see there's already some differences here. Maining the Crane, I believe. I think he already banished it for a Block Dragon. And also playing the Rock Spirit, which I don't understand, but to each their own. Resolving Mothman, allowing me to get a Glow Up Bulb into my graveyard. Now, you guys saw it. All of you guys, I almost said both of you guys. Maybe there's only 2 people watching, but all of you guys saw it in the previous replay, and how clutch, how absolutely clutch Lingaribo came in to potentially stop an evenly matched. But this person here has neglected to have that, and I draw another evenly matched, and we wipe the field. He keeps the Appaloosa. He's going to negate the Glow Up Bulb, and then I normal summon the Giant Rex and pass, because I know next turn I can run it over. So he's going to summon Block Dragon here, interestingly enough, and then run over my Giant Rex, and I'm going to evenly him again. I mean, I got a little lucky here in opening 2 evenly. But now I'm starting to slow down a bit, because I don't have the best resources to work with. These Droll Knockbirds are rather infuriating to have in my hand right now. He uses Gizmek to clear his own Gallus, negates my Dotscaper, and swings in for 800 and passes it back to me, where I find a copy of Jackalope. Jackalope luckily resolves, not hitting the tracker, allowing me to get into Dante to mill 3, summoning out Block Dragon and using Giant Rex and Dotscaper. Gonna summon out both of those, and I'm gonna go into Curious, and he's gonna use the negate on the Block Dragon, which is fine, but I'm gonna use the Curious to get the Gizmek to the graveyard, which ultimately will allow me to seal the game then and there. So Lingaribo, man, I think he might be the way going forward, but I'm not entirely sure. It has been a little bit difficult testing with Lingaribo and trying to end on boards that, you know, still have everything else, but including the Lingaribo. Sometimes it's hard to set up the space, and sometimes you don't want to always use that Dotscaper or Sea Archiver for Lingaribo, because it means you're missing out on other summoning opportunities for other necessities like Curious, things like Leviair or Avermax plays, whatever they may be. So I'm still undecided as of yet. So the last replay I'm going to show you guys here is Larry's replay here. Academics of the replay did have an error in it, unfortunately, but hopefully this one doesn't. But as you guys saw in the last top replays and highlights video, we saw a Lunalight player have pretty much game on paper right then and there, but just failed to take note of Morningstar's effect in the battle phase, protection it offers. Ultimately lost the game because of it. So, I mean, hopefully we won't see more of that happening here. Hopefully he has learned his lesson to an extent, but you never know. The title tells all. So, as you can see, Lunalight's going first, opening Tiger Chick with double burial goods, and also finding a Gamma in hand, getting access to the Zephyros. So, such a clutch opening hand here, getting to the Lambda, and he's gonna negate the Phantasme here. Interestingly enough, not allowing him to see more cards and remove potential bricks. I mean, our Mech Knight player's hand right now is okay to begin with. Does have a way to get a Mech Knight on board, and it is purple, so that is very, very nice. Tornado Dragon could be a bit of an opposition here, though, for those set cards that the Mech Knight deck likes to use, but Dweller, Tornado Dragon into Appaloosa, and then End Phase Lambda for Gamma, but won't be able to use it because he doesn't have the Lambda on the field. Drawing another Phantasme for turn, bringing it back with Succession, and then summoning purple because he did give himself a column, and then Tornado Dragon clearing the tanky, so he doesn't potentially have another column to work with, but he does have the key, and then Ibly, or Idly, or whatever its name is, going into Lingaribo, and then linking off into Morningstar. And then discarding a Nibiru, it looks like. Dweller trying to activate, and Redoer trying to activate, but, you know, flipping up the secrets will negate that, and putting that Indigo, more importantly, in this extra Monster Zone column. So whatever he puts there will be negated if tried to activate. Using Phantasma here to find a copy of Instant Fusion. Things just going all over the place right now. Can you keep up with it? I barely can. Using the Daruma Doll to try to clear the secrets. It will work. Going into Curious now to dump the Perfume. Using Perfume to discard the Gamma to add Chick. Going into Boral Sword. And this point right here is able to get around the Morningstar because he did put it in the right column, but isn't able to have game here. Drawing a Lightning Storm, that's a Feels Bad Man, unable to resolve its effect currently, but he's able to resolve blue for 2, which is almost just as good. Thousand Eyes Restrict is going to take the Curious, and the effect of Red Moon going to go through. He switches his defense there because he might as well, setting 1 and passing, clearing the last remaining monster on the board, which is that Chick. Top decking Allure of Darkness. He's going to blind do it and lose 2 cards. Doesn't matter. He does have Tiger Chick, so you're really not losing anything to begin with going into Utopia. But who could forget Morningstar's other effect in the battle phase? You have to attack it in the same column and you won't do any battle damage. The Mech Knights won't be destroyed by battle. Red Moon sliding over to remove the Utopia and swinging in for game. So once again, Morningstar, such a clutch card, not only searching out some of the best cards in your deck, but also potentially saving you in the battle phase against those who might be trying to OTK a little too quickly. So that is gonna do it for this top replays and highlight videos. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me show you some deck lists here. This is the current up-to-date as I'm recording this Block Dragon BA build. I've decided to go to a 40 card list. Side deck here has the Griffin Order combo, and main deck looking the way it is, playing the Rescue Ferret. Liking this card a lot so far. Everything else looking pretty standard. Also testing out one Scrap Recycler in place of the third Mathematician. Here's also my current pure Mech Knight list for those that might be interested. I figured it was featured in here, so I'll just show off my list for the time being. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and again, thank you to all my Twitch subscribers and YouTube members for going the extra mile and supporting me and doing what I do. So thank you guys for that. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. As always, WinnerKill signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one.